Fuel combustion and flame standard 8 science. Hello student, in the last video we have seen about the global warming, right? We have studied about up to global warming. Now we are going to start combustion, right? Now you will see what is the combustion. The process of burning of a fuel to produce heat and light is known as combustion. The material which burn are called combustible material like paper, wood, petrol, etc. Substances that do not burn easily are called non-combustible material like iron, glass, etc. etc. The air or oxygen which helps in burning is called support of combustion, and chemical reaction which takes place with the release of energy is called combustion. For example, if you see a combustible material, if you try to burn it like paper, wood or petrol, they will start burning and produce light as well, energy, heat energy as well, uh, in presence of oxygen, right? So oxygen is actually supporting it, so it is called it is a support of combustion. Oxygen, without oxygen combustion cannot take place, right? Which are not combustible material, they will not burn. Okay, so to demonstrate the process of combustion, we will do an activity. Here you can see, take a magnesium ribbon, right? And with the help of hold it with the help of pair of turns, and uh, as you can see, spirit lamp, burn the spirit lamp with the matchstick, with the help of matchstick. Now try to burn this magnesium ribbon, right? You will see that they will start burning, right, with the flame, and they will start burning with the flame and turns to its oxide, right? So white color oxides, because oxygen is present into the atmosphere and it helps in combustion. So combustion is actually, basically we can say that it is the oxidation, right? Here, and the procedure heat, if you heat that, you will observe that the heating these substances burn and produce heat and light. They combine with the oxygen and form the air and form respective oxides, right? White color oxide, magnesium, you will burn magnesium ribbon, they will form magnesium oxide. Combustion is a process of oxidation and producing heat and light. Next one, combustion can also take place in absence of oxygen. For example, sodium can burn in the atmosphere of chlorine, so it called non-combustible substance. Wood, paper, coal, hydrogen, LPG, CNG, petrol, kerosene, etc. are the combustible substance, right? Types of combustion. Combustion is mainly of three types, which are rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, and explosion. So what is the rapid combustion? When the gas burns rapidly and produces heat and light, this is called rapid combustion, right? So what is the spontaneous combustion? When material suddenly burst into flames without application of apparent cause, right? Spontaneous, that is called spontaneous combustion. Suddenly burns, if any material suddenly burst into flames, right? So what is the explosion? When mixture of a combustible material and completely burn material and air completely burns in short period of time, closed space to produce large amount of sound, light and heat energy. As you can see, uh, those are bombs, right? And the bombs that explodes, that is one example of explosion. Here, crackers, as you can see. How do we control fire? In cities, we call fire brigades to extinguish fire, but we should always have fire extinguisher. As you can see, this is a fire extinguisher, right? So at home, office, and at school, you can see that at school it is available, right? In office it is also available. We should keep it at home as well. The fire extinguisher help in cutting off supply of air, so the air is, the fire is extinguishes, right? What does it? Cuts the supply of oxygen, right? Because combustion can take place in the presence of oxygen only, right? If oxygen is absent, the combustion cannot take place, right? How do we control fire? Right, we can control it like that, cutting the supply of oxygen by using a fire extinguisher. Characteristic of a combustion is a chemical reaction in which fuel reacts with the oxygen to repair heat, release and energy, right? Second one, a smaller piece of a combustible material catches fire more easily as compared to the larger piece, right? As you can see, activity 2 is given here to prove that a smaller piece of wood catches fire more easily than the larger piece, right? Small things can burn fast than large piece. A piece of wood, a splinter of wood, a pair of tongs and a split lamp. As you can see here, we are burning a wood, right? Pieces of wood, small pieces of wood. Take a piece of wood, hold it with the pair of tongs over a flame, right? Over a flame for a few minutes. Repeat this experiment with the wood splinter. Observe, you will see that the splinter of wood catches fire more easily than the piece of wood, right? From this activity we conclude that those materials catch fire easily which have a longer surface area proportional to the mass, right? Longer surface area proportional to the mass, right? That is the reason why splinters burns easily. Here conditions necessary for the combustion. What are the conditions? As I told you, oxygen is necessary, air is necessary for combustion. If you have a light, if you light a candle covered with the glass jar, it stops burning after some times. This happens because no air is available for combustion. Second one, ignition temperature is the temperature at which particular substance burn in the presence of air, right? Ignition ignition is the temperature at which particular substance burn in the presence of air, start burning, the substance start burning. It means that it's reached to its ignition temperature. Next one, if ignition temperature is lower than room temperature, then the combustion occurs without heating. This is called spontaneous combustion. If the combustion takes place very slowly and low temperature, it is called slow combustion, like respiration, right? Respiration is a special combustion reaction at body temperature. Food plus oxygen equal to carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. We are taking food and oxygen. What the products are forming? Carbon dioxide, water plus energy, right? Water we use, energy we use, carbon dioxide we exhale, right? Here activity 3 is given to study the spontaneous combustion and slow combustion, right? Materials require a small piece of a yellow phosphorus, china dish and iron nails, right? Dry and place it in a china dish. First of all, what we'll do, dry and place it in a china dish, we will find that it catches a fire without being heated. This is called a spontaneous combustion, right? Without being heated, it is suddenly catches fire. Observe rusted nail. The rust is formed on the iron because of iron gradually combines with the oxygen from the air, right? This is a slow oxidation process in which no light is produced and the heat generated in the process cannot be felt, right? So formation of rust is called a slow combustion, right? You can see both the examples given. Phosphorus, yellow phosphorus catches fire suddenly, so it is a spontaneous combustion, and here iron nail rusted slowly, so it is a slow combustion. Okay, now what are the disadvantages of incomplete combustions? So many of pollution is the more pollution, we can say that is the main. Common fuel contains a large percentage of carbon due to the incomplete combustion, right? Large percentage of carbon, right? During incomplete combustion, the unburned carbon passes into the atmosphere in the form of soot. This polluted the atmosphere, right? Third one, during incomplete combustion, carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide are formed. The gases the gases are highly poisonous, right? These gases are highly poisonous, produced due to the incomplete combustion, right? Like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. Now flame, everything that burns does not produce a flame. Substance which vaporize will only produce a flame. Wax is hydrocarbon, right? Hydrocarbon. So here everything that burn does not produce a flame, right? Substance which vaporize will only produce a flame. Okay, so vaporization is important. Vaporization is necessary for to produce a flame, right? So flame wax is a flame wax is a hydrocarbon. History of candle. The little of series of lectures given by the Michael Faraday in 1860-61 was the chemical history of a candle flame. Six lectures were printed as a book in 1861, which includes the component of function of the candles, right? Wick and weight of the atmosphere, capillary attraction, the carbon content in the oxygen living bodies, the production of a carbon dioxide from a coal gas and sugar, the properties of carbonic acid, respiration and its analogy to burning candle, and much more. 22 experiments were performed, right? According to the Faraday, there is no law under which any part of this universe is governed which does not come into the play and is not touched upon during the time a candle burns, right? Here is one flame. What is a flame? A flame, a region of a burning gas, a region of a burning gas is called a flame, right? Here, as you can see, to prove the luminous zone of the candle flame contains unburned particles, one activity has been performed here. So see this material required: candle tongues and glass slides. Procedure of here you can see that glass slide and candle tongues, candle tongues and glass slide. A fixed candle procedure: a fixed candle on the table, light candle, let the flame be absolutely steady. Now introduce a clean glass slide into the luminous part of the flame by holding it with the fire tongues. Hold the glass slide in position for about few seconds and then remove it, right? Observation: you will observe that the circular gray black color ring is formed onto the glass slide and no deposition is there in the middle of the ring, right? This black color is due to the deposition of unburnt carbon particles in the luminous zone of the flame. The center of the ring does not have any carbon particles, right? This is due to the fact that is this part was over dark inner zone which does not have unburnt carbon particles, right? So where the unburnt particles are there, so we can see that the black coloring due to that unburnt particles, as you can see here. And between you can't see because they are complete combustion in between, and incomplete combustion around that. Because of that incomplete combustion, unburnt carbon ring can be seen, black color ring can be seen due to the unburnt carbon portion, right? So when light candle with the matchstick, heat of the burning matchstick melt wax, then changes it into the wax vapor. The wax vapor is mixed with the air and then catches the fire, produce a flame. Wax vapor combines with the oxygen, producing a heat and light. As a result of this oxidation, carbon changes into the carbon dioxide. Candle flame is always in the spindle shape. During combustion of hydrogen, it may burn incompletely. This forms the shoot carbon. There is a 4 types of zone, right? So we will see about the 4 types of zone in the next video. Thank you very much.